Our next presenter is Automotive Industries Association of Canada. If you can please state your name for record and you can get right into your presentation. Unmute, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair, and good afternoon, committee members. For the record, my name is J.F. Champagne. I am the president of the Automotive Industries Associations of Canada, and we're also known as AIA Canada. So we are the National Industry Association for the Automotive Aftermarket, and I guess that's the other half of Ontario's auto sector, which includes repair parts manufacturers, wholesalers, distributors, as well as retailers, and that would include the likes of Canadian Tire, Napa Auto Pro, and Mr. Transmission. Our members are in each and every riding in Ontario, and we employ in our sector over 131,000 people. So first, I would like to commend Premier Ford and the government for deeming businesses in the automotive aftermarket industry as an essential service during the COVID-19 crisis. Our workers were involved in the COVID-19 response really in two ways. First, we ensure the safety of frontline workers by ensuring that their personal vehicle were properly maintained and repaired. Secondly, we also maintained vehicles for other essential services, and that included energy and utility vehicle fleets, transport trucks used in the distributions of goods, as well as emergency vehicles. Now, despite being essential or being deemed essential, our industry has certainly felt the impact of the pandemic. A survey of our members conducted in May revealed that 45% of our members reported a decrease of business greater than 30%. Additionally, many respondents indicated a high degree of interest in the use of the Canada Emergency Wage Subsidy, as well as the Canada Emergency Bank Account, with 52% of the respondents taking advantage of these programs. I'd say a challenge encountered by our industry during the early days of the pandemic was the ad hoc nature of essential services designation by provincial governments. This patchwork approach resulted a lot with confusion within the industry, lost revenues, a lot of consumer questions about whether or not we were open for, and obviously some business decisions that were made without really having full information available. As with other industries, we've also had to quickly adapt and implement new health and safety precautions, which came at an increased cost to our establishment. Over 85% of our members introduced new safety and sanitation practices in response to COVID-19. Even faced with these challenges, I'm very pleased to say that our members raised to the occasion to provide services to the customers who needed the most, including essential workers and those transporting essential goods. COVID-19 has disrupted the economy and society and has changed consumer behavior for sure. And we still don't know exactly the full impact on our industry and others as a result. The biggest concerns at this point for our members are of two fronts. The first one, the fear of an economic recession, and the second, a second outbreak that would close businesses once again. Significant investment needs to be made to stabilize and then stimulate Ontario's economy. We believe the objective of stimulus should be to build an economy that is tomorrow ready. We believe this is also true when considering how to support the automotive industry, and when I say automotive industry, including the automotive aftermarket. AIA Canada recommends the following measures to support the aftermarket industry post-pandemic. One, ensure consistency with essential service designations. Establish harmonized protocols on how the automotive industries will function in times of crisis, similar to the pandemic. If businesses can be kept operating during the next crisis, we know it will reduce the needs for government support. Second recommendation, upskill and increase training to service today's and tomorrow's vehicle that are increasingly electric, connected, and one day autonomous. Vehicle technology is changing rapidly, and the skills of those who repair and service them needs to follow suit. See, for most people, a bumper is a bumper, but in cars sold today, your bumper will will now include a radar, a LiDAR, it'll have infrared detectors, sonars, and camera and other sensors. So while in the past, an apprentice would be trained in a bumper replacement, today they must have the skills and the knowledge to replace, calibrate, connect, and program the bumper's parts to the vehicle computer system. Our third recommendation is to certified collision repair shops in Ontario. Regulation and certification of auto collision repair marketplace would improve consumer safety and confidence, lower costs on the insurance industry, and reduce fraud. Auto repairs are becoming more costly, and we need to ensure that those repairs are being done correctly on the first try. To conclude, Ontario Automotive Industries is more than just auto manufacturing. It is comprised of the aftermarket and an integrated supply chain. Unfortunately, when the government enacts policies targeting the automotive industries, it is strictly focused on manufacturing and ignores the other half of the industry. While we are the aftermarket, we shouldn't be an afterthought. We are small businesses in every riding in Ontario. We are the sponsors of local youth sports teams and active members in our communities. We encourage the government to keep that in mind when building automotive policies in the future. I'd like to thank you for your time, and I'm happy to take any questions you may have. Thank you.
Thank you so much.